Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. My name's AJ. I'm here to talk about a number of topics. First of all, I'm going to be talking about Julian Assange being extradited to the United States. It's going to be a one-way extradition, by the way. A lot of American murderers who kill British nationals do not get extradited in UK. For example, who killed a 19-year-old boy driving down the wrong side of the motorway. She basically gets away with it. She doesn't get extradited to UK. And you can see here, the US State Department said she cannot be extradited because she is covered by diplomatic immunity. So how the hell does Assange get extradited to UK, and US nationals cannot get extradited to UK based on diplomatic immunity? It's just double standards. Anyway, I'll go back to this story in a bit. I wanted to first of all talk about Scott Ritter. He earlier said that he believes Gonzalo Lira is dead. And I believe a lot of people are posting stuff saying, oh, Gonzalo Lira is dead, etc. I want people to calm down, because Scott has not said that Gonzalo Lira is dead. He fears he is dead. There is a difference between somebody who is feared to be dead and somebody who is dead. And you can see here Scott Ritter's latest update. He said, point of clarification. I have no direct evidence that Gonzalo has been killed. I was clear I was referring to reports emerging about his demise. So I want everyone to just calm down a bit. He's not dead yet. He's not been killed. There's no evidence. And he could still be captured, and he could still be a high-value target to swap with other high-value targets. So you can't really count that out. You can't really count anything out. I'm still hopeful that he's still alive somewhere, because he is a very, very high value target, and I'm sure they can swap him for a very good target of their own. I mean, even yesterday, I believe there was 90 prisoner exchanges between Ukraine and Russia. So these things are happening. These things will probably happen behind the doors. There's going to be a lot of negotiations happening. And I'm still hopeful that he's alive somewhere. So I want people to calm down. Of course, obviously there is a possibility, a really big possibility, that he could be dead. Yeah, of course, I totally agree. But the point is, there's no evidence that he's dead yet. There's no point having a funeral until there's proper evidence that he's dead. Look, already a lot of people are reporting that he's dead. There's a certain YouTube channels already reporting it. I'm not going to name any names, but he reported it today that Gonzalo Lira is dead. There's a lot of people in Twitter saying he's dead as well. But at the end of the day, it's all speculation. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody's 100%. At the end of the day, it's all speculation. And all we can do is hope and pray that he's alright somewhere, and he's maybe been locked up, and maybe hopefully he'll be released. That's all we can hope and pray for. But let's not fall into the trap of speculation and this person said this, that person said this. So I want people to calm down for now and just wait until kind of more news comes out. So going back to Julian Assange, it's gone to our favourite lady, Priti Patel, to make the final decision. And we know what the decision that's going to be. If she can send refugees all the way to Rwanda, except Ukrainian ones, she can send Julian Assange to America. There's not a good bone left in that body of hers. She does not care about Julian Assange. All she cares is about Ukrainians and Americans, and she's destroying the country along with Boris and all of his cronies. Absolute puppets. An absolute puppet. And the definition of a puppet is you basically doing everything, as a puppet for another country. And this is what Boris is doing. Whatever the US wants him to do, he does. And it's a one-way street, and I've already showed you that when it comes to extraditing Americans to UK soil, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. America will be like, ha ha, shut up, go back to your country, get on your bike, Boris. Now leave us alone. By the way, send us Assange tomorrow. Yes sir, whatever you say, sir. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous what a massive puppet he is. It's absolutely embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. You know, growing up, I thought Britain was one of the best countries in the world, and you know, I was so proud that we didn't go into Vietnam, and we were like taking the piss out of American kids who are being all cocky and arrogant, and we used to like point at them saying, ha ha ha, you lost Vietnam, and they used to shut up because they didn't have a comeback. But I guarantee you that if Vietnam happened today, Boris would be the first one to sign up and send the troops to their deaths. You know, America's been lying in all of these time and time again. People just don't get it. You know, Vietnam was a war based on lies. They said that, you know, if they don't go into Vietnam, then communism would spread to the rest of the world, and Vietnamese are a big threat. You know, Vietnamese are a big threat to the world. And they were selling that to all of the American public and the rest of the world. That obviously didn't come true. Then you got all of these Iraq fake weapons of mass destruction. You got Afghanistan, who were blamed for September 11th when there was no Afghans in the plane. It was mainly Saudis. And then you got Syria, who was blamed for using chemical attacks on his own people, which wasn't true. Then you got Libya, you got Yugoslavia. You know, I can go on and on and on. It's lies after lies after lies. And now America is setting a precedent. You know, it's basically doing this to scare all the reporters in the world. You know, all of these newspapers, all of these reporters, they're all scared now to tell the truth, because they know that the same thing that they're doing to Assange will happen to them. And America is making an example of Assange. They're making an example of him. And they're going to give him 175 years. Can you believe that crap? 175 years. Who gets 175 years? Do you see serial killers? Do you get child killers? Do you get serial rapists get 175 years? No. Nobody gets 175 years. It's absolutely ridiculous. A human being doesn't even last over 100, apart from a few. I mean, look at Assange. He's not going to even last another 50 years, let alone 100 years. He probably won't even last 20 years, to be honest. 175 years, are you kidding me? This is the kind of ridiculousness we have to deal with here. And, you know, if Britain sends Assange to America, they will be the ultimate puppets, and it just gives precedence for America to do the same thing all over the world. They've done it to Meng Wanzhou from Huawei, but obviously they've let her go now. But you know, they could do it again. They could do it to more people if they're not happy with anyone they can point to, say, all right, extradite this person, extradite that person, extradite that person. You can be anywhere around the world, you'll be extradited. And it's an absolute joke for Britain to do this. Absolute joke. They are such puppets. I've never known bigger puppets in my life. It's quite shameful to be British, to be honest. Very, very shameful. You know, and Assange is not even a British citizen. He's an Australian citizen, and Australians are saying nothing. Scott Morrison is a bigger puppet. If there's one person bigger than a puppet than Boris, it's Scott Morrison. He's saying nothing. He's saying absolutely nothing. The whole West is saying nothing. They're just letting America do whatever it wants with this so-called rule-based order. For those of you who don't know, rule-based order is a rule-based order Americans have made up. It's American rules. It's not UN rules. It's not world rules. It's not a committee that sits around a table and makes up rules to govern the world. No, these are rules for America, for America's interests. And all of these ridiculous puppet countries are falling for it, and people are falling for it too. I can't believe why there's not many people out there in the streets demonstrating for Assange. But I'll tell you what I do see. I see all these people demonstrating for Ukraine. They're allowed to demonstrate. I don't know what's going on with this world. Absolutely, it's an absolute joke. Anyway, that's all I have time for today, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next show.